What is going on, Trash Talkers? We are back with another episode for you. In today's video, we're going to give you our MVP predictions for the 2021 NFL season. All that and much more coming your way right now! Hey Trash Talkers, over 85% of you are still not subscribed to the channel. Please be sure to hit that red subscribe button and turn on notifications, as it will help us create more daily content for you. Thank you and enjoy today's video. All right, Nick, we are winding down the 2021 NFL season, and as always, we start to debate who is most deserving for the NFL MVP award. And there's a lot of good candidates right now, a lot of iffy candidates at that too, that I think we need to kind of weed out of here. So I want to have a quick conversation with you about the MVP award and kind of where we stand with it, especially with everything that's gone on this season. So I'm just going to list a couple of names, and I want you to tell me your thoughts, and we'll go back and forth. So an interesting one just right off the gates, Jonathan Taylor. Do you think that Jonathan Taylor should be considered, not that he should win it, but he should be considered as a top 3 MVP candidate right now?
Yeah, I think that Jonathan Taylor definitely should be in the conversation. He is one of the best football players in the NFL right now. And the Indianapolis Colts don't have success without this guy, which means he's definitely the most valuable player on the team, but he's also carrying this team to what could be a surprise playoff appearance. And that is remarkable for him to do what he's doing in his second year, for him to come off of back-to-back 2,000-yard seasons in college, and then to do it 1 year later in the NFL. Is remarkable. This guy is on an incredible pace, and he's going to shatter records. He looks phenomenal with the way everybody else is playing the NFL. To me, he's definitely an MVP candidate.
I don't think Jonathan Taylor is an MVP candidate. I just think that the running backs are just not looked at in that sense. Could he be the offensive player of the year? 1,000%. I actually expect him to win the award, but I do not think he's an MVP candidate. I think it's almost a foregone conclusion at this point. Unless you have a 20-plus sack season, it's going to a quarterback, and right now I think that the quarterbacks are going to lead the helm. But we have one that was actually submitted by one of our fans to us, and Nick, I want to get your opinion quickly on this. Deebo Samuel from the San Francisco 49ers. Listen, you talk about how the Colts are relying upon Jonathan Taylor. Deebo Samuel is literally the offense, the life and blood of the San Francisco 49ers. Should he be in the conversation?
Yeah, Deebo Samuel's an incredible talent, but he's nowhere near MVP caliber. Deebo Samuel is an incredible receiver, and he's had tremendous success on the ground. But we all know running the ball is twice as hard as it is to be a receiver. And for Jonathan Taylor to just be plowing by the best receiver, Cooper Kupp's receiving yards on the ground, that's got to count for way more than anything from a receiver.
I think you just hurt a lot of wide receivers' feelings. So I think you might want to watch your back here. But I want to get into kind of the crux of it, the issues at hand. And I'm going to give you 2 quarterbacks right now, right off the bat, and let me know yes or no on either one of them. Dak Prescott or Lamar Jackson?
Absolutely not to both of them. Yeah, Dak Prescott has just been so inconsistent in his game. He started off hot, and he's just been dealing with issues, whether it's the running backs that he can't rely on, the offensive line, or the receivers that aren't there. And he's unable to work without one of them being there. I just think he's too inconsistent to get the award. Comeback player, for sure. MVP, definitely not. And Lamar, same thing. Extremely inconsistent. Started out super hot in the beginning of the season, got figured out by some defensive coordinators, and can't even get past a team that is running the same defense over and over. Can't throw a pass to his receivers without throwing interception after interception to an abysmal defense. It's just bad play from Lamar Jackson, enough for him to not be in the consideration for MVP.
How about Arizona Cardinals quarterback Kyler Murray?
Yeah, Kyler Murray's an interesting one because when you look at his stats, when you look at what he's done on the field, I think he's MVP caliber. I think it's the number of games he has missed this season that are holding me out from wanting to put him as a candidate for the MVP award. If he had 1 or 2 more games and didn't miss 3 in a row like he did, I just think that it makes a ton of difference because they lost a game in that clip when he was gone that they should have won. And if he were playing, I know they would have won it, and it would have gone a long way towards the MVP conversation. This team would be 10-1 right now on the year, and everybody would be regarding Kyler Murray as the clear-cut MVP. But for me, those 3 games are enough to hold him out as a top 3 candidate for MVP.
I think you mean 11-1, but we get the idea of it. So, okay, so Kyler Murray out, Dak Prescott, Lamar Jackson out, but the only one you have in so far is Jonathan Taylor, which is interesting to me. All right, 2 more players that I want to discuss, and I think this is kind of where we're going to differentiate on our ideas. First off, Aaron Rodgers, the reigning NFL MVP. Your thoughts on him being a candidate for the MVP this year?
Yeah, right now I think Aaron Rodgers is leading the conversation. He's incredible with what he's been doing. He's had times where Aaron Jones is not there, Devontae Adams is not there, but yet he's able to get through it. He doesn't have the best offensive line, but he's able to make do. He doesn't always have what is necessary to be the better team that day, but he's able to get the job done because he's Aaron Rodgers. He knows what he's doing, and he's an incredible talent. A lot of people want to give him crap for his vaccination status or for his COVID toe, but at the end of the day, what he's doing on the field is remarkable, and Aaron Rodgers needs to be considered as the best quarterback right now in the NFL, and it's a quarterback award after all. That's why, to me, he's the best MVP candidate.
It's interesting because I just want to ask you, obviously you talked about Kyler Murray missing games. Well, so did Aaron Rodgers. And in fact, Aaron Rodgers is almost a full 1,000 yards behind Tom Brady as far as yards are concerned. His completion percentage is lower than Brady's, and he doesn't have as many touchdowns, and frankly just has not looked the same. I don't know if Aaron Rodgers is the guy, and I want to talk about Tom Brady a little bit because I think he's the clear-cut #1 favorite right now, especially with where he is. He's #1 in yards, he's #1 in touchdowns, he's #1 in quarterback efficiency, and he is leading one of the best teams in the entire NFL. Tom Brady doing it at a staggering rate for his age specifically, but even if you wanted to take that out of the entire running, out of the way you think about this MVP award, you have to think about what this team would look like without him. And right now, I think the Buccaneers would be right where the Detroit Lions, where the Jacksonville Jaguars, I think that's exactly where they would be without Tom Brady. We saw what they were a season before he got here with Jameis Winston, who was surging with the Saints. They were doing nothing. They weren't in contention. Now with Tom Brady, he seems to be like the most valuable player. He has the stats to back it up, being #1 in the top 4 statistical categories for all quarterbacks throughout the NFL. I think Tom Brady has to be looked at as the #1 contender for the MVP voting this season.
Yeah, Tom Brady, by the stats, by what you've seen, he is incredible and for what he's doing at his age, but you can't, like you said, you can't take age into consideration. That is a non-factor. What he's doing, being #1 in all those key statistical categories, is fantastic. But you've got to look at the games he's played, because there's games where the defense bails him out. It's a heavy run script game and he doesn't have to work that much. So they've gotten to their 9-3 record with a lot of help. That's not Tom Brady. When he didn't have Rob Gronkowski on the field and Chris Godwin was banged up, Mike Evans banged up, he was struggling to complete passes. He's had a lot of bad interceptions this season, un-Tom Brady-like interceptions, and you're just like, is that the guy we're really considering for MVP? It's just tough for me to say he's done enough this season that he's gotten them all 9 wins, which he really hasn't, and he's worked through adversity like Aaron Rodgers has. He just has not done that up to the same level Aaron Rodgers has. So to me, he's reaching all the statistical categories to put him at the #2 spot. But when you look at the intangibles, he just doesn't have it this season, and that's why I have Aaron Rodgers ahead of him.
I don't think we're going to agree on this one. I am very firmly in the camp of Tom Brady winning MVP. I believe that you are very firmly implanted in the Aaron Rodgers camp. I want to hear from you guys because we are clearly split and divided. And I've given my statement of as far as, you know, Tom Brady leads in yards, completions, attempts, touchdowns, every possible statistical category that an NFL quarterback could possibly want. He leads it. I think at the end of the day, you have a really good debate. So again, I want to hear from you guys. Let us know in the comments down below what you think about the NFL MVP debate. Which players should be considered for this? Which players should be in the conversation? And if we didn't talk about somebody that should be, let us know in the comments down below. I want to hear from you guys. All right, well, that's going to be all for now. Thank you all for watching. Be sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Hit that notification bell. We go live every single day. That'll be all. Peace and love.